Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mr. Matthew Does Coding YouTube channel. So this is a bit different of a video than I normally do. I usually do stuff like tutorials or dumb stuff like my Oppenheimer video, but this video is showcasing some of the early stages of my dream game that I'm building. This game is going to be called The Valley. So it takes place, well, in a valley, no duh. So you're in this area surrounded by mountains. Not this area, but a different area. And it's kind of sandbox esque where you're going to be able to farm different crops. You're going to be able to build different structures. You'll be able to hunt as well and gather resources, stuff like that. This area will have places like tools, which is what this area is right here. There'll be a person who will be able to buy your crops, like that you get from your valley, and you can bring back here. There will be a guy you can buy little decorative stuff from to build and maybe like decorate a house or something like that. Somebody that will buy your meats that you can get from hunting. A guy who will craft things for you, since my idea is that you'll be able to craft certain basic things in the game, but you won't be able to craft more complex things, and you'll be able to go to a crafting guy here who will be like on a little podium or stand that you have to walk up steps to, and he'll have a little forge and a table and stuff like that. And he will make you stuff if you give him the materials and a small amount of money. I think that money-wise with this game, things aren't going to be incredibly expensive. Like, it won't take you 2 weeks to be able to craft up a little nightstand that looks like it's made of gold or something. It'll be something that you can maybe get done really quickly, like sometime within the span of 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. And yeah, it's a pretty relaxed and chill game from what I want. I don't want it to be a super intense, grindy game, just a kind of a game that you can come back to every once in a while and you can do things in and just kind of turn your brain off and have a good time. So, I have a couple of things that are actually functional at this point and aren't just ideas or concepts in my head. Like this tool stand here, I have somewhat of it done. So if you walk up to it, then your camera locks onto it, and there's 3 axes that you can choose from. And between these, when you click them, then it'll present them like this. And this took me way too long to do. I kid you not, I spent like 2.5 days trying to figure this out. And then you click another, and then it'll present that one. And if the click detector worked, then it would present the other one. Now, it's not fully done. As you can see, it kind of is rough in some spots. But I hope you can see what I'm going for. And this area right here, this is going to be a train station. So what you'll be able to do is go up to here, and there'll be a button to travel to your valley. And it won't work right now because teleporting is not available in Roblox Studio, teleporting to other places. But the goal is that a train will come through this area and will pick you up and take you to your valley. So let's go over to that area real quick. Alright, so in here, this is the main valley, and I've actually showcased this in, I think, 1 or 2 videos, this map here. And yeah, this is going to be where you spend most of your time. And in here, you'll have all your buildings, you'll have your farms, and all that good stuff. And if you hit play, then you'll see that trees will generate. And I have a little bit of music also to go with it. So, you have a set of trees like this. These are birch trees and aspen trees. And you can go up to them and you can punch them. And if you punch them for long enough, then they collapse. And I have this little prompt here that'll allow you to collect the different items that you'll get from this tree. So from this tree, we got 3 birch logs, 5 sticks, and 5 birch saplings. So you click on the log, and you get it. Now, the inventory system has been the biggest headache that I've had when developing this game so far. And it was all on the client side before. That was my original way of going about it. But now everything is on the server side, and that's made things difficult. Editor me here. I also have these textures that I've been working on for this game. And by the way, I did not make all of these textures. A good chunk of these textures were made by the YouTuber Zach Did Thing. He's a really good artist, and he's a really good buddy of mine. So go check him out, subscribe to him, and back to the video. But I do have a half inventory system right now. Like I said, bear with me. All of this stuff is very, like, half done in prototype phases. But you can see that there are inventory slots here. And you can see that in slots 1, 2, and 3, we have 3 birch logs, 5 sticks, and 5 birch saplings. Now, eventually, these are going to be turned into actual item slots that you can see in this inventory here. But as of the moment, the server side version of this and the client side version of this are not linked together, so can't do much with it. I have a campfire set up, and this campfire will be used for cooking. Like, I had a system before the whole inventory change. You could pick up this bucket here, and you could take it over to the water. You could fill it up with water in the river, and then you could get some flour, and the flour would be obtained by harvesting wheat, which is over here, and then grinding it up in here, and then you get those two things, and then you get a kind of like a bread dough, and then you hang it over the campfire, and after a while, then it'll cook, and it will be fresh and ready bread for you to take out of the bucket and eat. I also have a cow model that I rigged up a while ago. I'm really considering redoing this whole cow model because I think stuff mainly like the legs don't look very good. I just think that I could do so much better with this proportionally and also just with texture wise. So this is probably not here to stay. Maybe the head. The head was, I think I did a good job on, but the body not so much. Over here I have some testing that I've been doing with crops. So you can go up to these crops, like this wheat here, and there'll be a proximity prompt that you can use to harvest the wheat. And it should be in the inventory once this is all done. And then you can go here and you can plant the crop. And then you just have to wait for it to grow, and then you can harvest it and get seeds back and do the whole loop all over again. I also have a ton of different tree variants, not just these birch and aspen trees that I have hooked up here. I have a ton of different trees here. I have cedar trees, I have mahogany, oak, spruce, lignum vitae, and osage orange. I picked these two because I wanted to have as much wood color variation as I possibly could to make the game more diverse building wise, so that if you needed orange for something, you could get orange. If you need green, you could get green. You can get a ton of different shades of brown, and you can also get white. I have the models here. Let me pull them up. So in here, we have the mahogany tree, we have the aspen tree, we have the spruce, birch, oak, and then this is the cedar tree. The osage tree and the lignum vitae tree are joined together. There we go. So that's the osage tree, and this one will come with a fruit that you can get from it as well. And then we have this one. This one is inspired by an image of a lignum vitae tree that I saw. I believe it was one found in Florida. And that's why it has the purple leaves. So it can stand out and look, cooler. Some other things I've been working on as well have been day-night cycles, which I do have in place, but it is so slow that it's not really logical to try and show it in this video. But I do have a day-night cycle going. I also have ideas for 2 different tools. I showed the axe earlier, but I also have ideas for shovels and hoes. Obviously, hoes will be used to till dirt, but shovels will be really unique because you can shovel different parts of the ground. Like if you shovel here, you'll get dirt. If you shovel around here, like on the shore, you could get dirt, sand, or clay. If you go over here, you can shovel up rocks and minerals like diorite or granite or limestone and stuff like that. You can go up here and you can also get snow and ice from shoveling, which I think will encourage people to move around more and stay less in just one little area and be forced to move out to the far stretches of their valley to go and get materials. I also want to add a fishing system into the game where all the little creatures will be inhabiting this river here. And then you can come in with your fishing rod and you can get fish. Which is another thing. The food system, the culinary system in this game, I want to be very diverse with like a ton of different methods of cooking things and a ton of different recipes. I'm also thinking about potentially having a baker in the market area, and he'll sell you foods and stuff like that, right? But it'll be basic foods usually that you can make on your own, so it'd be probably easier to go and make your own food, but you can go there if you're desperate or you just don't want to spend the time to gather the resources and make the food, so you can just pay a little bit of money. But I think with this baker guy, I would be able to have him sell, for a decent price, a recipe book. And then that recipe book will give you a ton of different options for different ways of cooking things, and it'll give you a step-by-step process of how to make everything so that you can look through it and have an endless variety of different things that you'll be able to cook. Also, with this game, each valley is going to be unique and different because when you load up a valley for the first time, you'll get a random set of things that'll be assigned to your valley. You'll get a random set of 2 different trees, you'll get a random set of 3 different crops, and I think you'll get a certain amount of animals, like maybe you'll get a random variety of 8 different animals in your valley. But you won't just be always limited to those things in your valley, because there will be a trading system among players as well. So you can go ahead and go to the market and you can trade off like a cow for like a rabbit. that doesn't sound very logical, but let's just say you have a ton of cows in your valley, but you have zero rabbits, but another person has a ton of rabbits and zero cows. You can make a trade offer, and then you can take those to your valley, and you can start breeding them, and you can grow a population of that animal for your valley, so that then you can get more of a biodiverse ecosystem going in your area. Also, I'm thinking that with the player trading system, we will have, or I will have, like different levels of trading. So you'll only be able to trade certain things once you've hit certain points or checkpoints in the game. I have a ton of other concepts for this game that I would love to share, but I just don't have the time for in this video because this video is already getting decently long. So I will update you all on the progress of this game. Like I said, most of this stuff is in like the ideas phase or in the prototype stages. But once I do start to get certain things like more polished, I will showcase them in more of these devlog type videos, and you'll get to see what I'm up to with this game. So, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll stick with me through this coding journey. Peace.